This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah, coming to you from the Review-Journal studio. House prices in Vegas are continuing to skyrocket, and homes on the market are selling fast. But how does our city fare compared to the rest of the U.S.? Tonight, we're bringing you part 3 of our series on the red-hot Las Vegas real estate market. Let's take a look at the charts. New data shows Las Vegas's real estate market is seeing record-breaking prices, up 10.6% over a year in March. However, that increase is actually below the national rate of 13.2%, as house prices are increasing across the country. Now, let's bring in our real estate reporter, Eli Siegel. So, Eli, does this mean there's more room for growth in our city?
Potentially, sure. I mean, there's always room. I mean, there's really no sign at all. There's no indication that the growth in home prices is going to slow anytime soon, let alone drop. There's no indication that homes are not selling as quickly as they have been for the last 2 or 3 months. There are really no signs that the market is slowing down right now. That being said, housing historically is very cyclical. It goes up and down. Las Vegas in particular is just naturally a very volatile market for a lot of reasons, more volatile than a lot of other cities. So eventually the market will slow, but the question is when and how will it slow? And obviously nobody can predict that. But for now, the market is still accelerating.
Sounds like good news for sellers, not so much for buyers. Eli, you also reported on the Arizona firm Walton buying up a 17-acre tract just north of Blue Diamond Road in the town of Enterprise that the firm plans to develop 175 townhouses and single-family homes there. What's the timeline on that?
Well, Walton itself is not going to be building the houses. They're known as a land banker. So what they do is they go in and they buy up land and essentially hold it for home builders who then come in and buy the property from Walton, and then they build the homes themselves. So Walton itself doesn't develop the homes, but that property itself, it's slated to get home construction in about a year or two, I want to say. And what's interesting is that, Las Vegas used to have a lot of these so-called land bankers, but a lot of them got wiped out after the real estate bubble burst about a decade ago. A lot of them were left holding land that no one wanted. Builders backed away from their purchase options, and so now you've got this one big company. They own over 100,000 acres across the U.S. and Canada, coming here to Vegas to do a deal. So we'll see if more follow them.
Yeah, I read your article, and it said that Walton is going to be partnering with a top home builder. And we also asked you this before, Eli. Are we in another housing bubble? I remember last time you said experts are telling you it was a very different scenario 10 years ago, but you recently looked into this in more detail. So is your answer still the same?
Yeah, it's really tough to say. A lot of times with any types of bubbles, whether it's stocks or real estate, in many cases, it's a lot easier to identify a bubble in hindsight after it has already popped. But as of right now, so again, it's tough to say whether we are in a bubble right now, but the market is very clearly accelerating very fast. Basically, everyone I talk to who works in residential real estate, either with homes that are up for sale or with rentals, everyone is saying that they haven't seen the market move this fast in years, if not in recent memory.
Yeah, it sounds like a very interesting time right now in the real estate industry. Eli Siegel, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Any final words?
Covering the real estate market as a reporter is always fascinating. It's always prone to ups and downs, but right now it is really taking off, and it's been very interesting to watch.
For sure. Always great to hear your take on the matter. And another rising star in the booming housing market is North Las Vegas. It's often drawn less attention from home buyers compared to areas such as Summerlin and Henderson. However, real estate agents say the competition for homes in North Las Vegas has been fierce recently. Now let's bring in our other real estate expert, Sabrina Hudson. So Sabrina, North Las Vegas is a city that usually trails behind other parts of the Las Vegas Valley. Is that not the case anymore?
So it still actually does trail behind, but what I've been hearing from a lot of retailers that I've talked to, realtors that I've talked to, is that North Las Vegas has become, really popular, and the sales activity there is becoming closer to what you might find in Summerlin or Henderson, just because home buyer demand has increased so much.
And we hear, Sabrina, that a lot of homes on sale in North Las Vegas are also brand new, that a lot of builders are building over there.
Yes, so there's a lot of communities that are in the works to pop up. So, it'll be really exciting for home buyers that are looking for new homes, who may have more interest in that compared to resales. And one developer that I spoke with, Touchstone Living, they actually told me that, they haven't, all they have right now are model homes, and they're fielding, groups of 200 people who are requesting and putting in offers already, and they haven't even actually started construction. So there's certainly demand there. And, what I've been hearing from home builders is that, there's a lot of availability in terms of land compared to areas like Summerlin or Henderson.
For sure, Sabrina. I mean, we do want to clarify that North Las Vegas is still more affordable. You get more bang for your buck. Thank you for all that great info. Anything else you want to add?
No, I would just say that, North Las Vegas is certainly an area that has grown in terms of attraction among home buyers. And so it's certainly an area to watch in the valley.
For sure. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you again, Sabrina. Our thanks to both Sabrina and Eli for joining us on this Wednesday night. Our business team at the Review Journal will continue to monitor the housing market here in Southern Nevada. You can check for updates on our website, reviewjournal.com. Our 7 at 7 newscast also features a business segment and is available on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and our website. I'm Jen Ah, and that concludes part 3 of this series on the red-hot Las Vegas real estate market. Good night.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.